Welcome to part 7 of Wars, Rumors of Wars and Perilous Times. This is January the 26th, 2023 at 4:49 a.m. As I was saying, as I come out of part 6 into part 7, I was telling you to prep, but not like Lewis was. He was telling you to get cash out.
You may want to have cash put away somewhere in your house. So,
Not saying that's a total terrible idea. You know, you never know. But don't go, like kaboomba and go in there and say, I'm going to empty out my whole entire account or whatever if you got an account to empty out. Some people don't. But, the biggest thing that I could recommend you be prepped on is getting ready for the Lord. Make sure your soul's ready. Follow Acts 2:38 and Acts 4:12, Mark 16:16, Matthew 28 verse 19 and 20, and Acts 19 1 through 6. Because being sure that your soul is saved, getting the oil in your lamp, that's one of the biggest recommendations. But if you want to prep for these times ahead, make sure you got plenty of water, bottled water. Make sure you got plenty of canned foods, stuff that's not going to perish if your power goes out. Canned foods are good so many days or so many years, even past their dates. A lot of them. Yeah, some of them you have to check. Make sure you have a can cutter on hand that is not powered by electricity. Make sure you have some candles, lamp oil, some lamps, that's not electric oriented. And in case of EMP strikes, don't be reliant totally on battery operated stuff. Because if they strike us with an EMP, it's going to wipe out the electric grid. It's going to wipe out batteries and things like that too. Be aware. Be aware. But just have some stuff like that on hand. Be prepared for a long haul with just you and Jesus and your family if needs be. Yeah, that's a scary thought with no power and being locked in with your family, ain't it? Some of y'all done already started pulling your hair out. Oh Lord, if I have to get stuck with them. That's your family, man. Anyways, let's get on back into this footage. And see, is there anything else I recommend you prep on? Alternative heat sources. If you heat with the electric, alternative water sources, as far as bathing and things like that. Because if the power grid goes down, the water ain't gonna work. And they hit us with EMPs and stuff. vehicles and stuff gonna have a hard time running. Gonna have a hard time getting gasoline and stuff like that as this war progresses. Because they're gonna start sending that kind of stuff to the war front. Let's be smart about these things, people. I mean, I'm not an expert on these things. I'm just going by what the Spirit is leading me in. But let's get on back into this footage.
Because I believe eventually the banks are going to get impacted when it comes to these biblical war, and stock market is going to see something. So it's very important that people start prepping spiritually, physically.
The stock market is going to more than see something. It's going to crash because they start in the new financial system, which means no cash. Digital dollars only.
And mentally. All right, so you have the K has weighed in on the bulletin of the atomic scientists moving the doomsday clock closer to midnight. By the way, guys, I'm hearing reports. I guess someone left a comment to say Lewis Pastor Paul Begley just posted a video that the red dragon and the bear are in the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. And I'm gonna see if I can find the information, guys. But I just read the comment, so I might have to post a third video on this channel. All right, so it says here, as we reported earlier, the body of scientists and intellectuals, which have maintained the clock since 1947, on Tuesday moved it to 90 seconds till midnight, which is the closest it has been in history. So it seeks to gauge how close the world stands to NUKE war and total annihilation. All right, let's continue on. And it says here, on the whole, the situation is really alarming, this person said, explaining that at this point, nations.
Oh, I hate when these commercials pop in.
Must be particularly attentive, vigilant, and responsive, and willing to take appropriate measures to reduce risk of NUKE war. Here's the thing, guys. Everything's moving so fast. Everything's just moving so fast, and it seems like we're about to head towards that final one, which is NUKE, and something that none of us want to see. NUKE will change the entire system forever. So let's say the yellow blue country get hit with a NUKE. Here in the Sleeping Giants, we're not going to witness it, but we're going to feel the pain. We're going to see massive shortages. We're going to see prices going up, and it's just going to be huge. So even though NUKE...
Does anybody understand what fervent heat is? Am I the only one who understands what fervent heat is? Let me explain this to you, Lewis. Stay with me. Fervent heat is the thing that's going to kill the globe. As y'all call it. It's not a globe. The earth has 4 corners. You don't get 4 corners from a round ball. Anyways, let's think about this. It's a fervent heat. Heaven and earth shall pass away with a fervent heat. Okay? You went me so far. So, you're acting like this war is only going to take place over there. No, this is a world war. Meaning it's going to take in the whole world. And Parts of the U.S. are going to be hit with stuff too. Parts of every place is going to be hit with stuff. And Babylon is going to fall. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall stand. It's what's written. Y'all keep thinking, oh no, it's not all going to be destroyed. I don't know where y'all get these ideas from. Yes, it is. It's going to be destroyed. The new heaven and the new earth cannot be done till the old one is destroyed. The new heaven and new earth is wherein dwelleth righteousness. But all this other stuff got to occur first. All must be fulfilled.
It's not going to hit us, but the system will see a huge punch. All right. So it says here, we're not going to witness it, but we're going to feel the pain. We're going to see massive shortages. We're going to see prices going up, and it's just going to be huge. So even though NUKE is not going to hit us, but the system will see a huge punch.
How do you know it's not going to hit us? Are you a prophet? I think that you should reevaluate your thoughts, Lewis. You clearly are not a prophet. You have not seen what is coming. I've seen this since I was a little girl, and you would be very wrong. Bombs are going to hit American soil. There is going to be extreme devastation in the United States. No, it may not be a nuke, but it doesn't matter what kind of bomb it is. All that brings death and destruction. And I'll get more on that stuff as I get into the Word here in a little while in some of the upcoming parts. Let's listen to a little more of this footage.
All right. So it says here, give me a second. So the Tuesday change put the clock closer by 10 seconds compared to the year before. As the Hill reviews, the previous record of 100 seconds to midnight was set in 2020 in clock's history. Midnight has been as far as 17 minutes away, which happened in 1991 at the end of the CW. Now, midnight has typically been close to 10 or more minutes away throughout much of the clock's history, even during the CW. But it has been no more than a few minutes away in modern times. All right, so you have the bipartisan DC consensus in favor of Mr. Burns' war escalation in the yellow blue country. Blissfully, marches on as usual, despite graver warnings of escalation. The more escalation there is, the less debate. The key question remains: how are the lives of the sleeping giant improved from this biblical war? With the sleeping giant and this country right here on Wednesday confirming that they are sending heavy tanks in a fresh major escalation, which a mere months ago had been a realistic consideration. Journalist Glenn has pointed out that we are in a situation, more escalation and less, you know what. So he poses the question of the sleeping giant public broadly. The key question remains: how are the lives of the sleeping giant improved from this biblical war?
How are your lives improved from this biblical war? That's just it. It's not here to improve your lives. It's here to bring about the end of the world. It's here to fulfill Bible scriptures. It's not here to make you rich or to improve your life. I will see you in the next parts with some word. I love you. Hope to see you in the clouds.